And a treat for this Quebec crowd to see a player who's given so much for his club and his country in Seamus Coleman.
Which brings us to our BMO Player Spotlight, and only one player to talk about here tonight.
Yeah, he's been the name on everyone's lips, hasn't he, this last few days. He's won that battle with Dane Sinclair. He's came through a rigorous process, and now it's about settling in and being the best version of himself on the field and being that rock behind the defence. Max Crepeau deserves this opportunity, and now he's going to go and grasp it with two hands.
Just one previous meeting between these nations back in November of 2003. It was at Lansdowne Road in Ireland. Ireland winning by opening stages here, and Johnston pushing it forward down the right towards Tajon Buchanan. Now Johnston once more. Buchanan drives it in from distance. Travers makes the save, low to his left, and Jonathan David going chasing. Johnston's cross in, drops towards Liam Miller. And Richie Larea chasing across to this near side. Usually gets booed in these parts, the Toronto FC man. But tonight, a very warm welcome for every single Canadian player out there from this sold-out crowd at Stade Saputo. Larea slides it through. It's a front foot start here from Canada. Liam Miller picking it up as he gets towards the byline. Miller pulling this one back, and it's over the bar from Jonathan David.
Great start, Canada right on the front foot, but a measured approach to the first 2 minutes of this game. Some lovely play down the right between Johnston and Buchanan. Good strike, testing life. You want to make sure you get everything right, and the way you start is very important.
Certainly much better conditions than Canada had to deal with in Edmonton on Monday, and they'll move the ball quickly here against an Ireland side unbeaten in their last 7 since a 1-0 World Cup qualifying defeat against Portugal in Lisbon. They won 1-0 on May 28th in Dublin against... Got injured in the 30th minute in Edmonton and looked magnificent. It's his 13th cap tonight. Starts alongside Derek Cornelius at the back. Buchanan's ball and is dealt with there by Nathan Collins.
Like that. I think the consistency that wingers bring is very important for front men.
The 29-year-old from Leamington, Ontario. Along the line it goes to Buchanan. Eustachio back for Kone on the edge of the box here. Kone's cross in is a good one, and just headed wide by de Fougerolles. The whistle goes anyway. But Jesse Marsh, when we talked to him a little earlier today about the strengths of Luc de Fougerolles, picks set pieces as one of them.
Yeah.
Lecce man as well. And Dawson Devoy in the midfield making his debut. Here's Liam Miller. Miller goes for the far post. He had O'Brien backpedaling there, but he couldn't just curl it in past Travers.
Nice idea. Fed well by Jonathan David, and then the positivity.
Picked up here by Ogbeni. Chidozie Ogbeni, the 29-year-old, with the ball forward and played through here. It's a chance. Crepeau has to come out. Cornelius looks to clear away.
Nervy moments for Cornelius. His pass was the one that led to that transition counter-attack. Wasn't a good ball right down the middle of the field to Liam Miller, and then he gets played inside.
Substitute appearances in all 3 games in Qatar, but now he is expected to be a starter for Jesse Marsh as Buchanan battles down there on the far side with
not a lot of space between the lines, but this ball's going to go left to right and right to left a little bit quicker to open up the opposition.
Buchanan up against Undaba. Buchanan's ball in. De Fougerolles battling for it, but the foul is given against Luc de Fougerolles there. And Troy Parrott complaining in the ear of the Costa Rica.
Canada have possession.
Miller with the shot. Yeah. That's why Parrott was unhappy.
Yeah, and I can see why, Luke. It was definitely a foul by de Fougerolles on Troy Parrott. It was all over him.
He's played a couple of League Cup games for Everton this season, mainly a substitute. Eustachio across for Kone. It's Ismail Kone.
It was ambitious. It was. It was worked off the training ground. You saw all the players come across. You thought it was going to be some kind of ball into the box, and Kone just comes square. But as he
Here's Kone driving forward over halfway. A lovely ball into the path of Tajon Buchanan. He's up against a backcourt on the far side. Buchanan's ball across goal. It goes off Nathan Collins, and behind for a Canada. Buchanan. Ume going back. Debe is there as well as this one's curled all the way across, and it wasn't too far away from catching Travers out from Buchanan.
He did catch him out, but I think he was very clear of what his angles were and confident that it wasn't just falling in at that far post. He knows where he is.
Buchanan now against Ume and Adaba on the far side. Eustachio. Kone's ball through, picked up by Liam Miller. He tried the little back flick, but couldn't quite find Jonathan David there, and it's out for a goal kick.
Love the movement, though. Run from Miller, comes right across from the left. He's central. David drags out the defence.
And man, Travers, his teammate at club level, wide to the right, and well done there by Liam Miller. Miller trying to get away from Seamus. Coleman. Miller's ball across goal, and it's put behind. Off O'Brien for a third Canada corner.
And that's terrific defending from O'Brien. You know exactly what Miller's attempt is to get in front of the defence.
This time swept in towards the 6-yard box. It's gone in. Canada with the early advantage from the set piece. A scramble inside the 6-yard box, and Ireland couldn't get it away.
It's all about the ball, the delivery from Eustachio. Perfection right into an unbelievable area where it's so difficult for defender to get it out, the goalkeeper to come. The little flick on at the near post from Troy Parrott causes all the confusion. Cornelius is flying in. I think it's Jake O'Brien that has the final touch. It's definitely an Irish jersey.
Finger from the opposite side. And Eustachio rolling it in for Buchanan. Lovely turn from Buchanan, but then he slipped, and Parrott can clear this one away. And Ume will chase forward, but well defended in the end by Kone.
Great ball.
And Jonathan David picks it up down the right side, running at Collins here. David pulls it back to the edge of the area, comes for Liam Miller, takes the deflection, and it's gone behind off O'Brien for another Canada corner.
Lovely football, really nice stuff from Canada, the way that they were patient at the back. Max Crepeau relaxed, willing to pass it out, and this pass here from Alistair Johnson's absolutely superb. He had a great ball in the Scottish Cup final that led to
Eustachio against Ume. Buchanan's ball back for Johnston. Forward for Eustachio here. Laid off for Kone. Lovely turn from Kone, and it's gone wide, and another corner coming off the boot of O'Brien.
lovely turn, you're right, but it couldn't get the punches on the shot with his left foot. It was tracking towards the goal. He wants to take this quickly.
Kone short quickly to Miller. Miller twisting and turning here on the edge of the box. Gets that cross in towards the back post. Might drop down for Larin. And the flag is up for offside. And a late tackle there coming from Alistair Johnston against Jaden Ume.
Might be Defougerol again. That's just strayed offside. Short corner taken. It is Luke Defougerol at the far post. Ends up on his chest. Doesn't quite see it as Nathan Collins misses a header. This was a nice football where Coney does the turn. It's not going on target. Comes off O'Brien again. Seems.
And of course back-to-back wins in Europe against Romania and Wales last September. Jonathan David wide for Buchanan on the far side. He's up against Ndaba. And Buchanan manages to win the corner.
It was decent. This is Uzbekistan.
Eustachio's outswinger. Cornelius climbing, drops towards Larin. Ogbene looking to bring it away here. Now it's Ume. Still Ogbene there for support, but you're not going to beat Richie Larea in that position.
Yeah, very.
Eustachio's corner, the difference here, but Canada have been much better. Buchanan into the path of Kyle Larin. It's Larin, it takes a deflection, and he's asking for a handball. No, don't think so. Finds Larea inside the final 3 minutes of the half. Jonathan David in for Kone. Back for Stefan Eustachio. Jonathan David once again. Jonathan David goes down. Nothing given.
There's a clip in the back of his heel. Claiming a dive. It's Connor Collins who's suggesting, it was the boy, sorry, who's saying that there was a dive there from David. I thought there was contact by
towards Alistair Johnston. Johnston arriving in Montreal from Nashville. back in December of 2021. Here he is, Johnston into the box, takes the deflection, and Benny looking to get it at one target, but they do have this long throw launched in. Collins tries to get the flick on there, Defugel underneath it, as O'Brien went for it as well, and Jake O'Brien giving away the free kick there.
But this is a half chance, comes in, not a good clearance. That's the one there. If that was a little tighter to his body, he probably would have got a better shot away. Just bounces up, gives the defender.
Because he is, of course, building up minutes after a long spell out injured with Toronto FC. Miller, back for Kone. It's Ismail Kone! Wasn't too far away from the former Montreal man.
Yeah, again, he'll feel he should have done better with the strike. Watford man has went a little bit higher up in scales, is playing more defensive in the back three.
It's all the way in towards the 6-yard box, and behind it goes off the head of Kyle Larin there, who's getting back defending.
It's a good header. It's needed. That's what I thought Ireland would have done more of in the first half. Expecting
Celtic a few weeks ago. McGrath's ball in towards the back post. Crépeau did well under pressure there to get 3 games. Really turned things around. They won 3 in a row, including Portugal at home.
His regular position, it is Scales who is further ahead in the wing-back role. Buchanan will fancy his chances against both of them. Good little ball there.
Scales started alongside. McGrath's ball forward, given away. Segur carrying it towards the edge of the box, but he just overran.
One of his players not following the instructions.
Jonathan David. Now Richie Larea back into the path of Jonathan David. Falls towards Kyle Larin. And the flag is up. Travers makes the save anyway.
Good save, stays tall. Larin hits the target. Pretty clear offside, it seemed. Just gets beyond this shot. Yeah, he's about a yard off. David tries to place it.
Kone pushing it forward down the right, too far in front of Nico Segur. Now left as David feeds it towards Liam Miller. The back line backpedaling as Miller races to the edge of the box. It's Liam Miller, and he couldn't keep it down.
That's been the only thing missing from some of his 1v1 situations from the left. He's come to the boys sitting at the side there, Shanetti and Christian Jack, Kevin Coleman.
Is that a penalty?
Oh, he's given it.
He's given it. The foul by Kyle Larin, who was back defending. And a yellow card coming. And a penalty for Ireland.
It's out of absolutely nothing, but it is clumsy from Larin. His foot's high. He doesn't get the ball.
He's facing Troy Parrott from the penalty spot.
What a save. Crépeau reads it perfectly well down his left. Strong save, but he can't do too much about it. So Benny that comes in with the rebound. Here's the penalty again. I think he sells that one to the ref. McGrath a little bit. Little stutter step from Troy Parrott. Crépeau with a strong hand, and Benny coming flying in. Crashes it into the back of the net. Question is, was Benny in the area before Troy? Director getting the ball forward that bit quicker and playing for second balls. Not pretty, but he's been quite effective in the second half. Another one again there, at least at corners.
Fielder. Kone down the left side. Canada should have been in front by more than just the 1 goal. Couldn't capitalise on all their play in the attacking third in that first half, as it's cleared away here by...
He's that calming force, or influential force, I should say. He's never really calm, is he?
Ume. Coventry's high ball into the box, headed firmly away there at the back. Son was the one getting the distance on it, the former Montreal man.
And see how the game's changed, though. It's very scrappy now, isn't it? Yeah. It's
Ireland also getting set to take off Seamus Coleman and bring on Killian Phillips. Here's de Fougerolles. Into the middle for Jonathan David. It's David finds Kyle Larin. Kyle Larin with a chance for Canada! Oh, just past the post. Did Travers get a touch on the way through?
I think he did, and Basson was so close to just bundling it into the net. Now we're up the other end with Ogbene.
Kone chasing back as Ogbene tries to get away. Derek Cornelius will step in, but it's out for an Ireland corner, one end to the other.
David again in the space. A little slip from Nathan Collins, and it's a good save. You're right, Luke, you called it. You got his leg out there.
Almost 20 years older than him.
Yeah.
Also making way. Here's the outswinger. Glanced off the head there of Kyle Larin. Picked up by Liam Scales. In from Coventry, and Crépeau is able to claim.
From Ireland, have been much more accustomed to this kind of style of game.
Played in towards Jonathan David here. Lovely footwork from David down the line for Liam Miller. Ireland didn't have a shot on target in the first half. They've had
the best one, the one on targets you talked about in the second half.
Promise David gets the flick on here, headed away by Abankwah. Segur racing to get to it first. Segur's ball back across the 6-yard box. It's behind. It's a corner for Canada.
I like that from Segur, and takes
Eustachio's delivery over the top of Cornelius. Almost dropped to Jonathan David there after de Fougerolles had got ahead to it. It's behind for another corner on the far side.
What a block from Abankwah. Another block from Ireland in the box. It's a great header from Luke de Fougerolles, keeps it alive.
In play, he's up against Coventry there. Liam Miller towards the byline. Miller's cross in, and another Canada corner. And Tajon Buchanan will take it. Looping into the front post. It was flipped behind by Promise David.
He's got a problem with his shoulder. Just takes a bang maybe on the shoulder. It's actually not a great header from Promise David in that little...
Friday's opener against Bosnia. But here comes Troy Parrott. Luke de Fougerolles trying to get back. It's Troy Parrott here against de Fougerolles. Canada's back line holding Ireland up. They got the numbers back. A good play from Canada here. It's Miller from distance. Liam Miller's shot skipping wide.
No, I don't think that's the right choice, though, Luke, to hit it from that distance. Would have took something really special. Make that extra pass, get it out wide to Buchanan here, and let him do his work. To fed it out to the right-hand side.
Miller goes wide for Jonathan David, whose ball is pushed towards the byline. Eustachio couldn't get there, and Parrott helps it on. It's Ogbene down the right as Cornelius tries to get back. Bene's ball into the middle, comes all the way here for Milia. Crépeau with a save. Canada's first choice keeper comes up big to keep it at 1-1.
What a save. Point-blank range from Milia. Ogbene